Jerry, first league defeat since the end of September. Your view on events?
Yeah, it looked like it was going to turn out to be one of those games. I had a really funny feeling actually. I thought after the first half when it was very lacklustre, we were the ones that were going to look and trying to win the game. Obviously, they came and they've set out for a point. They've ended up going away with 3. They come in 4-5-1, got behind the ball like most teams do when they come here, and then we've had to try and move the ball with some sort of ball speed and create chances. Obviously, we're having to make a change in the first half with Kevin Manco going off and change around the shape a little bit because of that. Chance with Tom Smith, 2 headers, I guess. The first one was probably the better chance in the middle of the goal. And then second half, if Adam Mann scores, which I think he should, I don't know why he's tried to dink it, he should slide it past the keeper. It's a different game. We've conceded a really poor goal, and it's a sucker punch on us because I can't remember Ryan having to make a save, to be honest. And for all the dominance in possession and us trying to create and open them up, it's really frustrating that they've come away with the 3 points, because I thought the performance was better than Truro, but I thought our decision making was probably the one that's cost us the game.
So is it decision making in front of goal? You wouldn't say it's the individuals particularly. Did you think the attacking play in itself wasn't as good as recently?
I said at half time the back four and the goalkeeper were right in their game, and even Kevin Manco I thought he was superb up until had to go off with his injury. So it was up to those front players, midfielders and those strikers, front players, to try and win us the game. And I felt as if individually and their decision making together wasn't right today. We're having shots from angles where we're not going to score. When we just got to cross the ball, we've got people in the box. When crosses are coming in, we've got strikers pulling out round the far post instead of filling the middle of the goal. Adam Mann, when he goes through, knows really that he should slide it rather than trying to dink it. You're not going to get any pace out of this pitch. You're going to have to try and slide it through. And we got lucky, I think, because I've looked at the league and we stayed 4th. And that doesn't bother me, the league position. It's more about our performance level. And I think today, in our creation and in our decision making around the final third, we weren't right.
Does it show again? I think the teams around you, let's say Billericay, Woking and Wealdstone, they've got huge squads. When a defender gets injured, they've probably got like 4 or 5 to choose from. We get a defender injured and you're on to probably about plan D or something like that, because you've got nobody else left really.
Well, we've had 3 subs today, and that probably tells you the story. And one of them is a young loanee from Bristol City. We haven't got the squad, we haven't got the budget to match those boys in the top. But we think we're competitive with our starting 11, maybe 2 and 3 on the bench. At the moment, as you know, we've got Andy Watkins out for 6 weeks. He's had a hernia operation. Dan Ball has had an operation Thursday. He's out for 6 weeks. Matt Richards we can't get right, and I feel so sorry for Kevin Manco because he's come in, as I said, the last 2 games and done ever so well, but we can't get him fit. We can't get him on the pitch. And with all those guys out of the team, Sean Riggs only come back today. I can't start him because he hasn't done anything really. He's just trained. It leaves us short, and it's not us feeling sorry for ourselves at all, because I made the decision to have a smaller squad within our budget and more quality, and it was the quality today that's let us down. We haven't been able to produce that key moment of class to unlock a team that's just come here to defend and take a point.
Is that what you said sort of before the game, so it was fully what you expected from Hemel? Obviously you did the preparation in the week, then they appoint a new manager, and then their mindset perhaps changes just not to lose the game.
I knew it. I did know it, to be honest. I knew it. Once I seen the team sheet, and that obviously I'd spoken to you prior to that. Once I saw the team sheet and I saw one striker, I knew it was going to be 4-5-1. I knew they were going to block it out. I knew the midfield areas were going to be really tight. That's why we changed and went with width. Again, we put on Sterney when Kev's had the injury, and we've gone with Manny out on the right and Sterney on the left, and tried to double up with our fullbacks coming out as well. But like I said, we didn't deliver enough early enough. We didn't deliver enough quality, and we didn't have enough bodies in and around when the ball's falling in the box. We were very reactive instead of proactive. That's probably the best way of putting it today. And we haven't been able to win the game or even take a point from it, which is really disappointing, because actually when you look at it, a point would have been good today. But we have to take it on the chin and move on, and next week becomes another huge game. As I said, there's no given in this league. And you'll see some funny results again during today's performances from up and down the country, and in all leagues. And just because we're at home, it's not a divine right to win a game. No one gives you anything in football, and we have to be better in that final third to win that game today.
You had to move Michi Affetti in the centre-back in the end, and I understand he has played there before, but before next week's game, would you be hoping to perhaps bring in another defender?
I don't think I can, Mark. Will
Jack Batten be back, perhaps?
I don't know. I really don't know, because he's not fit for today, so no one can predict what's going to happen in the week. So we'll have to probably go with what we've got, if I'm being honest. Yeah, Michi's a great kid. He's very conscientious. He wants to win. He's works ever so hard. It's not his position centre back, but he done terrific there. the goal he'd be disappointed with, but so will Robbie Cundy, because Ward's come off Robbie for the first header, first contact, and he's put his hands up. I thought Robbie Cundy was probably the outstanding player, if I'm being honest, on the pitch. He was superb. He's really on top of his game at the moment. And that's what we had. We had our defenders as better players today, in a game where you need to unlock it, and it needs to be those creative players that become the better players, and they weren't quite able to do that. It's not work rate, it's not attitude. It's just today we weren't able to create with that quality.
Okay, got any more, Henry?
Do you feel that having to change the system mid-flow in the first half, did it have that big of effect on you and the flow you...
Not really, not really. I felt as if the system we went to up top, and we played a diamond, and we haven't done too much work around a diamond. We did a meeting before to see if we could get it working. We knew they'd probably come in, as I said, 4-5-1 or 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1, and we were trying to get in between the lines, but it wasn't really working that well. We had spells, but it wasn't working that well, so I probably would have changed anyway and gone some width. So the personnel change, what it does, it leaves you one less sub, and like Mark said previous, we haven't got an abundance of bodies in the building to be able to change it, and we went with what we want. But there's enough quality. There's enough quality in that team to go and get something from that game, and they'll be pleased as punch because they've come for a draw. As I said, they've tried to. I can't remember Ryan making a save, if I'm being totally honest, and they've gone away with a 1-0 win. It's one of them games you'll see, as I said, up and down the country, a smash and grab if you like. But yeah, we need to be better in the final third.